5G technology promises faster service, but the jury is out on constant exposure to its radio frequency radiation.
Heartbreaking story about 15-year-old Lesandro Guzman being dragged out of a local Bronx, New York bodega by 5 grown men who fatally stabbed and killed him. It's been reported that Guzman was at the bodega because a friend asked to borrow $5 from him. His mother gave him the money and told him to come home right away. However, Guzman didn't make it back home after the 5 men jumped on him and he fled to the store for safety, but that didn't save him.
They have 4 men working inside the store. They could close the door as soon as they seen him, but they didn't do nothing, just show maybe looked like he showed where he was hiding.
His vicious death was caught on tape for the world to see, and his last moments bleeding out across the street from a local hospital that he ran 2 blocks to will haunt his killers for life. Especially because it's alleged the 15-year-old was caught up in a case of mistaken identity. Lesandro was allegedly not the right target, but another young man who looks exactly like him. According to social media and Lesandro Guzman's mother, there is a video of a young man recording him and his friend engaging in sexual activities with a young girl. The young girl is taped covering her face with a shirt while the 2 boys have sex with her. The young girl in question's brother wanted revenge because he felt his sister was disrespected. He is caught on camera delivering the fatal chop to the neck with a machete that killed Lesandro Guzman, murdered for simply looking like someone. Right now, the New York City Police Department is offering $2,500 to anyone who has information that will lead to the arrest of the 5 men who took the 15-year-old.
Hi, this is John in Los Angeles. It's October 22nd, 2017, about 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm at a park in Dominguez, California here. That was a little religious ceremony they got going down there. So I'm looking around the park, and I'm looking at this. Look at this. This is a microwave cell tower, guys, right out in the open where anybody can walk up to it. And people are being hit by it that are playing in the park and all this stuff. And I'm gonna show you the signs here, wide open. Look at this. You can freeze frame the video if you want to read some of this. I won't stay on it too long, but just take a look at this. Look at this. Yeah, you really don't salute this. They're microwaving the piss out of us all, and they're disguising it as this. This is what they do. They put the flag on things so you trust it. Well, I don't trust it. All right? Put the flag on things so you trust it. Well, I don't trust it.
You're dealing with frequencies and shit. A pissed off alien can go woo 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 woo. Make the song.
What I'm saying is, I'm not gonna die in vain. You feel me? I'm not dying in vain. People gonna know that, you feel me, it's other forces and shit. Just lock in with your spirituality and you can't be touched by this shit, man. That's what happened with me. I wasn't locked in. I opened up portals that I wasn't supposed to open up for whatever reasons, and for whatever reasons, that's why I'm being dealt with. They left messages in my car. They did, I was only allowed to get a certain, they moving certain frequencies and certain things, and they doing certain things for certain reasons, for certain things to come. And it's not just here, this is every, actually tell you the truth, but they don't tell you the full truth. So, with that, do what you gotta do. Just take care of yourself. You know what I mean? Like, it's rough times coming for these people. Unless you down with their clothes, and if you down with their clothes, you're getting chipped up, boy.
So Cardi B is one of the biggest artists right now in the world, and she's using her platform for good. The Bronx, New York native has shed light on Lesandro Guzman, the 15-year-old who was brutally dragged out of a bodega and attacked by 5 grown men who carried knives and a machete. It has finally come to surface that the 15-year-old Lesandro was caught up in a case of mistaken identity. The attackers were searching for another young man who sexually exposed one of the killer's little sister, and they wanted revenge. Cardi B used her platform to expose this baby's harsh death, put the police officers who stood by and watched Lesandro bleed out, and she's calling for someone who knows anything to turn the 5 men into the police. Cardi didn't stop there. She dropped $8,000 on Lesandro's GoFundMe account, where his family was asking for just $15K to bury him. Since Cardi B's Instagram post and donation, the GoFundMe account has made over $100,000. Lala Anthony, also a New York native, flew back from Los Angeles to pay respect to Lesandro's family and memorial in person. The police are still on the hunt for the 5 men behind Lesandro's attack and is offering $2,500 to anyone with information.
I let it play regular speed. Let's go back again. Fuck it, I got time. Why this is important, all y'all gang member motherfuckers, y'all hanging. If you're RH positive and you hang around some RH negative gang member, get away from around him. He made for that shit. You not. Wake your ass. I'm talking to the RH positive. RH negative, I ain't got nothing against you. It's just that this damn new energy coming in is gonna fuck y'all up. Y'all gonna be going off on everybody for no reason. DNA issues. And I don't care if it offends some of y'all. Fuck that. That's Tupac. Let's get closer. That's Tupac. Let's keep.
4-year-old Charlotte Holmgren has a bedroom view that nearly everyone in Little Silver, New Jersey is talking about. Do you know what that is?
Tower.
This cell tower is just 120 feet from her home.
I'm scared to death that she's going to wake up with cancer or reproductive issues.
Charlotte's mother, Alicia Holmgren, says the 95-foot structure was built within a week in May, smack in the middle of town, with seemingly no warning to residents.
But how could the town permit this? How could they do this to us?
She and Woodbury neighbors fuming over the placement of 22 cell repeaters for Verizon in front of homes on what's technically public property without notice or compensation.
You couldn't give me $10 million for this, okay? There are potential health risks to these. They are aesthetically not pleasing. There's also the devaluation of our home complex.
Residents say their cell service was good enough.
Put them in a commercial area. We don't need it. And you know what? We should have at least been asked. I don't think the health of my children is as important as my cell phone service.
When CBS 2 asked the town of Oyster Bay's supervisor why here, he showed up at this protest and was peppered with residents' demands.
They have no place in front of homes in residential neighborhoods.
Now what about the ones that already are? The ones that
excuse me.
New to the Post, Joseph Saladino says the town's hands are tied by federal rules that cut local governments out.
Tour guide said that one of the reasons they wanted to build the data center in Utah was because of the patriotism of people from Utah. Yeah, that was one of my questions is, why did you come here? And his response was the electricity is cheap and the people are patriotic. And I read that as a code word that nobody's going to ask any questions. And, that kind of sat with me uneasily that, in my opinion, patriotism is questioning your government consistently. The idea that we're just sheep out here and we're not going to